Welcome to the Solana Changelog, where we go over the different changes that happen on Solana week by week. My name is Jacob Creech. I'm joined today with Colin and Joe. And let's get started with what happened this past week. So, past week, the hackathon submissions went live, so you can see them publicly. You can go through and you can vote on them. Highly recommend it. Lots of really cool projects out there.
Yep. And the elections for Stack Exchange moderators are starting today, August 29th. And I guess the fun fact is all of us on this call are actually up for nomination. So go vote for us.
Yeah, and make sure if you're a dev, go get your dev ticket to Breakpoint. Just go on and apply. The link's going to be in the description. Come on out. It's going to be a great time. And with that, actually, we'll dive into the commits. So the first thing that we've got going on is some new work around address lookup tables. So the rules for signers, as far as like who created the address lookup table and things like that, are a little bit more lax now. So it's a little bit easier to set up like a multi-sig scenario for a lookup table. The RPC nodes now can parse the instructions and the accounts, so that's going to be useful too. And then another minor update on Quick as things sort of roll out. In the future, when that goes live, you'll actually be able to use Quick to deploy your program. So you can just add like the Quick flag. And then when you send your program out, your transactions will actually use Quick.
That sounds quite interesting. So we have like two changes to some libraries that have slimmed down recently. The first one is the Solana client, which is a Rust crate for interacting with the Solana node via a JSON RPC API. It was a kitchen sink of like all the different clients bundled into one. But now, yep, it's been split up, which now improves the developer experience and have clearer and concise docs. Also for Web3, JS is also slimmed down. So shout out to Stephen Lucia, who's been working on that. So there's been a slew of changes that impact on the bundle size. Some dependencies have been removed, and I believe there's up to 39% reduction in size.
Yeah, and then another kind of resource tool highlight that we should be able to use coming up soon is Solang has been under development for quite a long time. Highly recommend trying it out. What that is like you can write Solana programs with Solidity, and it's a compiler so that compiles to the LLVM environment so that you can actually write those programs. So that should open up a lot of possibilities for like people that are used to writing Solidity code. They can now see their programs on Solana versus just an EVM environment.
Wow, yeah. The Solana development experience is getting a lot more versatile. And on that note, we've also talked about Seahorse as well. Another alternative to writing just straight up Rust programs. And now SolPG, the Solana Playground IDE, supports Seahorse. So you can go ahead and check that out. You can write Python using SolPG.
And then another thing is that, so Otterset came out with a tool this past week that allows you to decompile programs so that you can see like, hey, what is the program kind of look like? If it's closed source, say you're interacting with some program you don't really know, you want to check before you actually use it just to make sure there's not some security issue. You can now use their tool, decompile it, see what's going on to a certain degree, and you can use that to make good decisions whenever you're interacting on chain.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys again for joining us for another week of changes. This has been the Changelog. And make sure you catch us on Twitter. You can catch Colin, Jacob, or myself. And if you have anything cool that you've been working on in the Solana ecosystem, make sure you send it over to us. Later.